I waited 20 years to get my revenge, and it was more than worth it. When I was 19, I trusted the wrong person, and it ruined my life. Her name was Marla Jennings, and she was my best friend since middle school. We did everything together, shared clothes, cried over boys, and even Pinky swore we'd be each other's maid of honor one day. I loved her like a sister, but I didn't know that she saw me as competition. I got accepted into a top journalism school, something I'd worked for my entire teenage life. Marla didn't even apply to college, but she pretended to be happy for me. She even threw me a small celebration at her house. Balloons, music, cake. It seemed sweet at the time, but what I didn't know was that her gift to me that night would destroy everything. She spiked my drink. I remember waking up groggy, disoriented in a strange bedroom. There was a guy next to me, someone I didn't know. I panicked. I left immediately, confused and shaking. Later, photos surfaced. Blurry but damaging. They spread fast. People whispered. My scholarship was revoked. The school board called it conduct unbecoming. I never got the chance to explain. My reputation crumbled overnight. I never heard from Marla again. She vanished, deleted all her social accounts, and moved out of state within the month. It took me years to rebuild my life. I worked crappy jobs, lived in cheap apartments, and went to community college part-time. I eventually became a paralegal, but deep inside, the fire never left. I knew someday, somehow, I would make her feel what I felt. Ruined. Fast forward 20 years. I'm now 39. I have a stable job, a family, and a quiet home life. But one day, an email lands in my inbox. Marla Jennings, city council candidate. My jaw dropped. She had rebranded herself, a mother, activist, and community leader. She was running for public office in a small New England town. I guess she thought no one remembered who she really was. But I did, and I had kept everything. I'd saved those blurry photos. I'd printed screenshots of the anonymous forum posts that had hinted at her involvement. I'd even found old group texts from mutual friends who suspected she was behind it. Over the years, I collected pieces like puzzle fragments. I didn't know exactly what I'd do with them, but I knew I'd use them, so I did. I anonymously leaked the story to a local reporter, someone with a nose for scandal and a Twitter account that could make headlines trend overnight. I sent every file, every photo, every bit of evidence I'd saved, and it worked. Within 48 hours, Marla Jennings went from rising star to community disgrace. The news exploded. Her campaign collapsed. Donations dried up. Public forums were filled with outrage. Even her husband reportedly moved out. And me? I was sitting at home, sipping wine, watching it unfold like a Netflix drama. But here's the thing. I didn't feel empty afterward. I didn't feel guilty. I felt peaceful, because revenge wasn't just about payback. It was about truth, about restoring the part of me she stole, about finally closing a chapter that had haunted me every day for 2 decades. Would I do it again? In a heartbeat. Sometimes justice takes time, but when it finally arrives, it's more than worth it.